Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, November 13th. We have all you need to know about renovations coming to Penn State's campus and new safety measures coming to local rentals.
We also have more on strikes happening across the nation, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ryan Lowy.
And I'm Carly Knowlton.
A $28 million expansion is coming to the Ross and Carol Neese College of Nursing. The 2,700 square foot addition will take place on the building's northwest side facing the Hub Robeson Center. The building will now have the ability to accommodate up to 180 people. The construction will also replace the building's insufficient HVAC systems and lighting. As of right now, university officials said it will not impact any traffic patterns on campus or in the borough.
Enrollment has increased for the third consecutive year at Penn State University's main campus, but numbers have declined at the Commonwealth campuses for the seventh year in a row. The current enrollment at University Park is over 48,000 students, with a 0.7% increase since 2022. The total enrollment for the Commonwealth campuses is over 23,000, which is a 0.8% decline. Over 9,600 international students from more than 140 countries around the world are now at the university, with the international graduate student enrollment up by 4.1%.
The Borough of State College is set to implement mandatory inspections for short-term rentals starting in 2024. The proposed amendment to the Property Maintenance Code requires all short-term rental owners to undergo the same housing inspections as long-term rentals do. State College currently has 96 licensed short-term rentals, with approximately 60 more in the licensing process. If the council votes to change the law, at least 81 of those rental properties would require a 3-year safety inspection. The council is set to vote on this matter November 20th.
Spring Township Police are looking for 2 people in Bellefonte for reportedly selling large quantities of methamphetamine out of their apartment. Harry Miller was charged with possession with intent to deliver back in August. The officers seized $14,000 in currency and various controlled substances before they charged Miller and Cindy Young on Wednesday. Both are being held at the Center County Correctional Facility, with their hearing scheduled for this Wednesday. As students make their way through campus to finish up work before break, they can expect to feel some comfortable temperatures. Lexi Cole with the Campus Weather Service has the details. Let's take a look.
From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good Monday evening. I'm Penn State student meteorologist Lexi Cole from the Campus Weather Service. And we had an absolutely fantastic day out there, especially for the middle of November. This is right here in Altoona. Things are pretty hard to argue with. Plenty of sunshine, relatively mild temperatures at 57 degrees. There is a little bit of a breeze out of the west at 50 miles an hour, making things feel maybe a little bit more fall-like. But other than that, pretty hard to argue with out there. And we can see that trend really all across the Commonwealth, down into the 50s for most of the region. Pittsburgh actually got a little bit warmer today, up to 60 degrees for their high. But over on the eastern side of the state, we stayed quite a bit cooler. There was a little bit of precipitation up on the northeastern side of the state, which is why they didn't quite get as high as, say, State College or Bradford or Dubois. So that was our temperatures for today, and really all across the United States. You can see that there's a little bit of a warm pocket here over the Nebraska, Canada area. And this is going to be moving its way towards us, which is going to be very nice, and it'll give us a little bit of a midweek warm-up. Now, in terms of precipitation, I talked about a little bit of precipitation over the northeastern side of the state today, but really all across the Commonwealth, it was very nice, very clear, and not too much to talk about. Now, in terms of kind of the pressure setup over the Northeast right now, there's a high pressure out over the Midwest, and then back over behind me, there's a low pressure just barely off the coast. Now, the difference in pressures between this high and low is pretty vast. We have a whole bunch of isobars in between, and that's going to make things feel very breezy as we transition from today into tomorrow, we're really going to feel those gusts start to pick up, and then that'll be replaced by a high pressure, which will kind of calm things down a little bit. But now these gusts for tomorrow, we're talking about up into the 15, 20 mile an hour region. This is early in the morning when we're really in between that high and the low. Like this in State College, 19 miles per hour, Harrisburg 20, Scranton 22 miles an hour. So it's going to get breezy and almost a little bit uncomfortable out there tomorrow morning. But by the evening, this will kind of pass its way through and will be replaced by much more cooler and comfortable temperatures. Now looking ahead to Wednesday, we'll see similar temps, partly cloudy conditions throughout the day. Into Thursday, we'll really clear out, and that's when we'll see some warmer temperatures start to creep their way into the area. And then Friday, this is when we lose some of that sunshine. We have rain that'll move into the area along with a cold front, and it'll stick around into the later/early morning hours on Saturday. So Friday into Saturday is when we might see some precipitation move its way through, and then we'll cool down right afterwards. Now, looking ahead into that nice week of vacation for Thanksgiving, we do kind of have a little bit of a warm-up in store. This is our 6 to 10-day temperature outlook. Temps will be slightly above average here on the eastern side of the U.S., which for any of our non-November snow lovers, this is a good sign for you. Now, for tonight, we're going to keep things relatively cool with a low of 37 degrees. We'll be mostly clear with a little bit of a breeze coming out of the west. And then tomorrow, this is when things will really start to ramp up. We'll see a high of 51 degrees. Lots of sunshine, but it's going to be breezy out there. Like I said, keep an eye out for those somewhat stronger wind gusts that can make things a little bit uncomfortable. Now, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. We have lots of 50s in the forecast for the work week. And then once we hit Saturday and Sunday, this is when things will start to cool down. After that cold front passes, then we'll drop down into the high 40s. All in all, not too bad, but be sure to enjoy the 50s and even this 160-degree day while it's still around, because we don't know if we'll see it one more time in November. With that, have a fantastic Monday night.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Olivia Dunn with your sports update. Starting with the elephant in the room, Penn State football suffered a devastating loss to Michigan Saturday, making the Nittany Lions 8-2 on the season. Before kickoff, it seemed the Nittany Lions had an advantage on their home field as Michigan's head coach Jim Harbaugh was suspended for alleged sign stealing. The Nittany Lions offense was held to only 74 passing yards and 238 total yards, while Michigan earned 227 yards on the ground alone. Then on Sunday, Penn State football fired offensive coordinator Mike Yurcich and announced running backs coach Jaywan Sider and tight ends coach Ty Howell would take over as co-coordinators. Penn State looks to Rutgers on November 18th at Beaver Stadium. On a much more positive note, number 19 Penn State women's volleyball upset number 2 Wisconsin in 4 sets in front of more than 5,000 fans at Rec Hall. This was their highest-ranked win since taking down number 1 Stanford in 2017. Cameron Hanna, Taylor Trammell, and Jess Merzick were just a few of the key players in this victory. Hanna earned 19 kills, Trammell earned 9 in addition to 4 blocks, and Merzick tallied 16 kills. Penn State is now 17-8 overall and will take on Michigan State at Rec Hall on Friday. Now let's move to the NFL. The Houston Texans defeated the Cincinnati Bengals in a thrilling 30-27 victory Sunday in Cincinnati. Rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud threw for 356 yards, including a drive in the final 93 seconds of the game to put the Texans in field goal territory. Kicker Matt Amendola earned the game-winning score with a 38-yard field goal after just being signed to the Texans on Tuesday. On the Bengals side, quarterback Joe Burrow threw for 347 yards, but also threw 2 key interceptions as the fourth quarter came to a close. The Texans will host Arizona Sunday while the Bengals travel to Baltimore on Thursday. That's going to do it for me for your sports update. After the break, Emma Aiken has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harrell.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out.
Reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News. Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Aiken with your entertainment update. The percussion group Stomp is coming to State College this Wednesday, November 15th. The event is at 7:30 in the Eisenhower Auditorium. The 8-member troupe uses unconventional instruments such as matchboxes, brooms, garbage cans, and other everyday objects to make music. They started as street performers in the United Kingdom 29 years ago and have since grown into an international sensation that has performed for millions. Ticket prices range from $30 to $69 and can be purchased on Ticketmaster. Kick off the holiday season with Light Up Night this Thursday, November 16th. The Winter Carnival takes place from 5 to 8 p.m. on Fraser Street's MLK Plaza in downtown State College. There will be hot drinks, visits with Santa, free trolley rides, performances, and even live reindeer. One lucky child will get to light the Christmas tree at the Allen Street gates with Santa. If you bring a toy for Toys for Tots or a food item for the YMCA backpack program by 7 p.m., you'll be entered for a chance to help Santa light the tree. Penn State's organizations offer a variety of learning and bonding experiences for their members. Our Marielle Reese is live in the studio with more details on a recent event held on campus. Marielle?
Thanks, Emma. Last week, I went to the Penn State Student Farming Club's event that taught students about sustainability. Let's check it out.
The Penn State Student Farm Club is holding an event called the Flower Pressing Workshop. Here they are aiming to teach students more about sustainability by allowing them to press flowers to decorate their dorm walls, create bookmarks, and more.
Yeah, so the Student Farm Club is a club about the student farm here on campus. We have a really big goal about sustainability and food security. This event is more to draw the attention to sustainable practices of decorating. So we work on, we're teaching people how to press and dry flowers and how to turn those into decorations for your home.
Reporting live, this is PSN News, Marielle Reese.
It was great to spend time with the Penn State Students Farming Club. Can't wait to see what other events Penn State student organizations have planned. Back to you, Emma.
Thanks, Marielle. Now, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are making headlines once again. Swift paid tribute to Kelce in her second Buenos Aires show by changing a lyric in her song, Karma. She sang the new line, quote, "Karma is that guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me," end quote. Kelce attended the show in a VIP tent with Swift's dad. After finishing her show, Swift ran into Kelce's arms and the couple shared a kiss as they made their way backstage. This marked the most passionate PDA seen by the couple since the start of their romance several weeks ago. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Bronwyn Leiber will be speaking with Taylor Needleman, the president of the Justice Association. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Ready, mics? 3, 2. Fade in on 2. Mike and cue.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
When he knew that, how do you say
I know.
she continues to hold her values and everything though, and I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart,
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts
creators
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Borzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So insane, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out.
Reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
A natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
Been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State,
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State. Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Braun Leiber, and with me tonight is the president of the Justice Association Club, Taylor Needleman. Taylor, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get straight into it. First, can you kind of break down what exactly y'all's association is and what you do as an organization?
Yeah, we are a criminal justice related club here at Penn State. Though we're open to any major, we have a lot of law students, criminology students, psychology, even cybersecurity. And our goal is to bring in professionals in those fields to come and speak about their jobs as well as the paths they took to get there and advertise any internships they may have available to students.
That's amazing. Okay, so clearly you're very passionate and involved in the club. What exactly are your career paths with this?
So I'm a senior graduating in December, and I'm very
Congrats.
excited. Thank you. I'm excited to announce that I have taken a federal job as a criminal investigator. So I'm
Congrats.
working through the hiring process with that. But the club itself has really helped me to make some connections with professionals in those fields and get me connected with recruiters and get some advice on, how to start this process and how to succeed in it. So making these connections and meeting these people through the club meetings has really helped me in my career path.
So I can assume if you got a job from the organization, you probably had some internships along the way. Did this help you with that at all?
Yes, I did. So I've interned in several different spots. I was a crime scene intern for a sheriff's office back home, as well as an intern with the U.S. Marshal Service and DEA. So some cool federal internships there. And I also interned with the State College Police Department here in State College. So a lot of those speakers were speakers that came in to the Justice Association and at our meetings. And they've offered some great internships. And I've actually been able to bring in some of my own supervisors from those opportunities to talk to students.
That sounds incredible, but very busy. Speaking of busyness, though, as we mentioned earlier, you're also the president of this organization. What exactly do you do as president, and what does the job entail?
President is a pretty big role. I'm kind of responsible for almost everything relating to the club, speaking with university officials, representing the club in avenues like this, as well as, reserving rooms, creating meetings and things like that. But we do have an exec board, so I have some help. And we are actually looking for a treasurer and event planner next semester. So if you're interested, we will have a QR code potentially on the Instagram. And you can apply there, and applications close on Monday, November 27th.
Yeah, so make sure to look out for that. Okay, and then I was checking out y'all's website, and I saw you take occasional trips to law enforcement agencies and even prisons. Have you gotten to partake in any of those?
I have. So something really cool we got to do last year was tour the abandoned Crescent Prison and Sanatorium up in Altoona.
Hey.
That prison's pretty cool. Students got to go and get a brief history of the prison, and then you were kind of set free to roam. So it was very cool, a little creepy,
I was about to say.
but super fun, and students really enjoyed that. So we tried to do a lot of social events and different field trips and things like that. Our next meeting on November 28th, on Tuesday, we're actually holding a self-defense class.
So fun.
That's one of the other cooler things we try to incorporate as a club.
Oh my gosh, I might have to check that out. Okay, so and then talking about what you guys do as an organization, you do the field trips, but you mentioned earlier you guys also bring in speakers. What kind of speakers do you typically bring in, and then who's been your favorite?
We've had a bunch of speakers in all different avenues. Like we said, we like to cater to our law students, our cyber students. We bring in a lot of special agents in the federal field, as well as local police and state police here in Pennsylvania. One of the best speakers we bring in every semester that all the students love is Frank Marsh. He is a former FBI Academy instructor, and he was an agent in the Behavioral Analysis Unit, so very Criminal Minds like. And he comes and speaks about detecting deception in language, as well as the psychology of evil people. So it's pretty interesting and really interactive with the students.
We talked about this before. I had the opportunity to listen to Frank Marsh early in the semester, and he was so engaging with the audience and with his stories. He really catered to everyone. So clearly, what you're saying, it's very accurate, and it's definitely someone you want to look out for. And I'm glad you guys bring him in because he's definitely someone to listen to.
He loves to meet with students as well.
Yes.
He always stays after for hours to answer questions.
And then for new members who maybe haven't gotten to go to the speakers or haven't even heard of the association, what would you tell them about looking to get involved or looking to join?
Yeah, so if you're interested in joining the JA, we would love to have you. We are found on Org Central. So wherever you find other clubs at Penn State, just search for the Justice Association and join us there. That's the official way to join as a Penn State student. But on there is my email, as I'm the president. So you can reach out to me to be added to the group me, which is where we announce our speakers for each week and what time and where we're meeting. So that's a very great way to get involved.
And then I feel like we kind of talked about this earlier on, but as far as the organization goes, what do you think is one of the biggest skills you've taken away from it and what you've learned the most from it?
That's a good question. I think one of the biggest skills I've learned is again, networking is very important. Yes. And prior to this club kind of being revived on campus, there was not as easy of a way for students to get involved in this criminal justice field and to network with those people. So this is kind of a more relaxed way to do that. We don't hold dues as an organization, and you can pick and choose what meetings you'd like to come to and what speakers you're interested in. So in that way, you can really kind of connect with those people and, not have to commit so much. So I think that's the biggest thing I've taken away is networking and just finding those people that are like-minded. In the club, there's a lot of students that are either very interested in true crime or are criminology majors. So you'll meet a lot of people that are in your classes or just think a lot like you.
That sounds so fun. And speaking of fun, what is one of your favorite memories from the club to end the night?
That's a good question. I would have to say probably that Crescent Prison tour. It was just so cool that we got free reign of the entire property. It was huge. All the buildings are abandoned. So it was pretty cool. Once again, a little creepy, but a lot of people liked that, so that aspect of it was really neat. So I definitely recommend that, and we want to keep doing that in the future.
That's incredible. Definitely sounds like a unique experience. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight and telling us more just about the experience with the Justice Association as a whole. Stick around because coming up next, Ryan and Carly will have the latest news from across the nation.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo. You're here with Aiden Harrell.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out.
Reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
$5,500 Massachusetts public school students will not be in class for the time being. This comes after the Andover Teachers Association announced all teachers and school faculty will be striking recent pay disagreements with the district. In a state-mediated conversation between district officials and representatives of the Andover Teachers Association, the district agreed to raise pay by 26% for new teachers and 11% for tenured teachers. However, the union states they would like to see a 16% pay raise for all teachers in the district over a 3-year transition period.
Another month-old strike in Maine has left several dozen union members getting qualified for unemployment benefits. The workers are the first to qualify for the benefits during the strike. About 75 workers from the Machinists Union, Millwrights Union, and Service Employees International Union are all striking against Woodland Pulp in Baileyville due to the company's proposal to change job classifications, but the strike doesn't disqualify workers from receiving unemployment benefits.
2 Florida law enforcement officers are on a long road to recovery after a man ran intentionally over them with his vehicle. They were responding to a 911 call related to the driver's behavior towards his own mother. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister told members of the press that these deputies' lives are now changed forever. Ralph Boozy had previously been convicted in the state of Florida for assaulting law enforcement officers and is now set for a bail hearing on Wednesday. He will face 2 charges of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer.
Kansas City will hire overdose investigators as part of the city's effort to lower the number of fentanyl deaths. The ordinance allows the city health department to hire 2 investigators and requires overdoses to be reported within 24 hours. The city confiscated more than 61,000 grams of fentanyl back in 2023. Mayor Quentin Lucas said that there was a suspected overdose every day except for one in the Kansas City emergency rooms in 2022. He also said that the overdose numbers surpassed their homicide numbers back in 2021. This new ordinance also calls for reviewing real-time data on the overdoses in order to get a better handle on the situation and find a way to help the victims. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.